2011 to 2020 was a chaotic decade for anime. We got Attack on Titan making anime go mainstream, Sword Art Online starting the whole isekai trend, High School DxD replacing your therapist, and even weird ones like Plastic Elder Sister. But continuing from the last video, this video is about underrated romance anime released in this decade. Let's go. Let's kick things off with the movie. Aoi has been living with her older sister Akane ever since their parents died in an accident 13 years ago. Wanting to ease Akane's burden, Aoi plans to move to Tokyo after graduation to chase her dream of becoming a musician. Inspired by Akane's ex-boyfriend Shino. Then things get weird. A time-displaced 18-year-old Shino suddenly appears, while the actual 31-year-old Shino returns to town at the same time. Now we have two Shinos, one town, and a whole lot of unresolved problems.
Huh?
This is one of those films that sneaks up on you. Sure, it doesn't do anything outside the box, but it's still a pretty fun and chill movie. The time travel angle sounds gimmicky, but it actually works as a device to explore regret. Seeing who someone used to be versus who they became hits differently when characters are forced to confront that gap in real time. The sister dynamic adds another layer that most romance stories wouldn't bother with. Overall, this is what happens if someone combined the anime Orange with Girl Who Leaps Through Time.
邪魔したお詫びだもらっとけなんだ両方よこせってか今日のお詫びとこの前の礼ってことかいな
Let's move back to 1991. High Score Girl follows Haru Yaguchi, a 6th grader whose entire personality is built around being the best at arcade games. That identity gets completely wrecked when the rich, smart, and ridiculously perfect Akira Uno beats him at Street Fighter 2 without breaking a sweat. The thing soon becomes a rivalry, and before things get more intense than you think of, because that's what us gamers do, make things more intense. Alright, let's address the big elephant in the room. The animation feels bad, but give the first episode a shot. The romance builds so gradually that you barely notice you're invested until you're genuinely stressed about a kid and his arcade crush. Haru is kind of a disaster as a person, but watching him grow through gaming and his complicated dynamic with Akira is weirdly compelling. A new girl, Koharu, comes along and adds a fun love triangle that makes the whole thing messier, and before you are in some good gamer love chaos.
乗らなくていいの？
二人乗りは禁止だぞ
そういう意味じゃなく。
Tsumiki Miniwa has it bad for her best friend Io Otonashi, and honestly, watching her try to hide it while literally everyone around them plays matchmaker is the whole show. She's cute, a little cat-like, and completely unable to just say the words. Io, meanwhile, is friendly and smooth with her, but somehow completely oblivious to every hint dropped his way.
本当に欲しかったわけじゃないんだから。
ツンデレだ今のはツンデレのセリフだ
Achikochi is one of those slice-of-life rom-coms that runs purely on charm. The whole will-they-won't-they tension between Tsumiki and Io is stretched across the whole show, but it works because the side characters keep things entertaining and the cute moments actually land. It's low stakes, fluffy, and genuinely fun to watch. If you're in a bad mood, this one is gonna cheer you right away.
これは上の句がちはやふるで始まる札やちはやで取れる札やからもうちはやに見える俺の目はそうなってるんや
Time for some sports. No, not football. We're talking about some board games like Karuta. No, it's not karate, it's Karuta. Chihaya Ayase grows up only caring about her sister's modeling career until she stumbles into the world of competitive Karuta, a card game rooted in ancient Chinese poetry, demanding sharp memory, insane reflexes, and ridiculous stamina. After befriending the talented Arata and connecting with childhood friend Taichi, Chihaya becomes obsessed with reaching the top.
なんで朝新聞待ってたんや
喋った
I know what you're thinking. Here I am, going into another generic sports anime with a bland romance. No, you ignorant bastard! Hold that thought, because this anime quietly flips the script. The sport itself starts as the main draw, but the poetry underneath it gradually becomes the emotional backbone of everything. Watching these characters grind through losses, push their limits, and slowly figure out what they actually want from Karuta hits differently than you'd expect. And the main couple also has some really great chemistry.
両手を上げてください。素直ですね。よいしょ。
Katsushiro Agata is a teenager who literally cannot feel pain and barely feels anything else either. He and 5 other teens get kidnapped and thrown into the Kuzuna system, where they're all linked together to share each other's pain. Hurt one, hurt all. It's a wild concept built around the idea that shared suffering might somehow lead to world peace.
勝弘くん。ねえ、なんで外崎さんかっちょんのこと名前呼びなの？
I know this sounds like an idea someone comes up while being high and watching Pacific Rim and holding a Darling in the Franxx pillow, but this is so much more. The pain-sharing mechanic isn't just a gimmick. It forces characters to drop their walls in ways normal friendships never would. Watching Katsuhiro slowly reconnect with human emotion while the group dynamics get messier and messier is genuinely compelling. There's romance, tension, and some solid emotional payoff. Is it Neon Genesis Evangelion? No, but it comes close.
買い物乗れよ下まで行くんだ
Oh yeah, bring in my boy Hayao Miyazaki. But at this point, you can tell from the whole tone and style itself. This anime follows Umi, a high school girl who manages her family's boarding house while juggling school life. When plans emerge to demolish a cherished old clubhouse ahead of the Olympics, students rally to save it. Umi joins the fight, working alongside the school newspaper where she meets Shun Kazama. Romance slowly blooms, but things get complicated when digging into Shun's mysterious orphan past reveals a connection neither of them expected.
市役所に戸籍も調べに行ったんだ確認した
じゃあ
俺たちは兄弟ってことだ
Oh, come on, why are you even here? It's Ghibli, so you know the animation's doing the heavy lifting visually. The slow burn romance between Umi and Shun is genuinely sweet, and the whole saving the clubhouse subplot gives the story a nice sense of community and purpose beyond just the love story. It's quieter than most Ghibli films, but sometimes that's exactly what you need.
春樹っていい名前だね。
ミオもな
綺麗。
I know this sounds like an isekai light novel title, but it actually isn't. Mio Aida is the quiet artsy introvert, while Haruki Shirazawa is the loud award-winning director of the school movie club. Basically opposites. Yet somehow, these two third years have been inseparable since their school entrance ceremony. Their friends are genuinely baffled they're not dating. As graduation looms, both clubs collaborate on one final project while Mio wrestles with her uncertain future and Haruki chases professional directing.
起こしてくれればよかったのに。
よく寝てたからさ
寝顔見られた？
This one's a slow burn done right. The setup is classic. Obviously, they like each other but won't admit it. And yeah, you'll want to shake them both. But watching Mio gradually find her voice and Haruki balance ambition with his feelings actually keeps you invested. The art club and movie club dynamic adds this fun creative layer that stops it from feeling like just another high school romance. If you like rom-coms with a side of just kiss already, this one delivers that perfectly.
見える。
Hitomi Tsukishiro has a problem. She can't feel anything and her world is black and white, literally. Her grandmother, Kohaku, sends her 60 years back in time to 2018, using a spell she spent decades preparing. Once there, Hitomi stumbles upon a room of quiet artist Yuito Aoi, and something about his drawings cracks her monochrome existence wide open, flooding it with color.
やっと見せられるものできたかなって月城に見てほしい
Now this is art. And once again, I mean that literally. The film starts black and white before slowly getting colors, and you might say the director went overboard with the metaphors, but come on, that's a pretty nice touch. A girl who can't feel emotions suddenly having her entire world recolored by one guy's drawings is genuinely poetic without being pretentious about it. The time-traveling framing just gives it enough stakes to keep you hooked. And if you like your romance wrapped in a little magical mystery, this one's worth the watch.
名前お前
トールアキラお前は
チャイカ先生チャイカトラワンと
Oh yeah, we're getting to one of my favorites. Here, we meet Toru Akura, a former saboteur struggling to find purpose after a 500-year war finally ends. Things get interesting when he crosses paths with Chaika Trabant, a mysterious white-haired wizard lugging a coffin around looking to collect her dead father's scattered remains for a proper burial. Sounds simple enough until you realize her father is the defeated tyrant Emperor Gaz, and now the Council of Six Nations wants her stopped. Toru and her sister Akari are caught right in the middle.
刃よ走れリッパー
The premise alone is enough to keep you hooked. A dead emperor's daughter wandering around with a coffin is peak fantasy setup. The dynamic between Toru and Chaika builds naturally, with Chaika's broken speech patterns making her oddly charming rather than annoying. The action sequences are sharp, and the political intrigue adds some genuine weight to the story. It's not reinventing the wheel, but it does what it does surprisingly well, and that's why I absolutely loved it.
妹は相当可愛い超ヤバいどうだ自信作なんだけど超ヤバいでヤバさの表現に成功してるだろう
And we're finishing off with Komi Can't Communicate's older sister. Nanako Yukishiro seems like your typical cute, quiet high school girl, except she literally cannot speak. Instead, she expresses herself through senryu, 17-syllable poems. Her literature club buddy, Eiji, looks like the kind of guy who'd start a fight for looking at him wrong. But, surprise, he's actually a reformed delinquent with a soft spot for poetry. Together, this unlikely duo navigates daily high school life, communicating in the most wholesome way possible.
構わないどう見られても君となら
This show is basically a slice of life comfort watch you didn't know you needed. The charm comes from watching Nanako and Eiji figure each other out. She drops a poem, he gets it immediately, and somehow that's more satisfying than any dramatic confession scene. Their dynamic works because it never tries too hard. No unnecessary drama, no contrived misunderstandings, just two weirdly compatible people being cute together. I know this has short episodes and might not be everyone's cup of tea, but this is a cup of tea I really loved, and I want more people to notice it, so this is number one.